All right, Josh Rubin from East West Healing and Performance. Don't forget to check out our website at eastwesthealing.com. Our blog, our YouTube page, our Blog Talk radio show. You can link to all those from our website at eastwesthealing.com, as well as our articles page. We got hundreds of articles that are free, plus our resources page. If you're looking for websites on food, nutrition, mercury-free, gluten-free, plastic-free, all that great stuff. So that's the first order of business. Second, I just want to get it out there why I do these YouTube clips. The first thing is, I don't do these YouTube clips to say, oh my God, I have 10,000 subscribers. Oh my God, I'm so awesome, I have 50,000 subscribers. I don't really care. I'm doing this to get the word out to educate people, and that's the bottom line. And at the same time, yes, it gets us clients, it markets us, it brings people to our website, but the bottom line is I just want to educate people. I love this stuff. It's my passion. It's not my job. Secondly, I do this because I love to hear myself speak. I love to speak. And I love people that love to listen to me talk and use big words. So just keep that in mind, because a lot of people say, oh, you got to increase the amount of subscribers. Well, I got like over 3,000, and I'm pretty happy with that. And if it keeps increasing, great. But if my channel views keep increasing, that's awesome. You know, I'm not doing this for the personal gain. I'm doing this to really educate you guys. And I'm really being honest with that and genuine with that. So hopefully you enjoy my clips and you really check out the other clips on our YouTube page. So what I want to talk about today is male andropause. I'm going to put a link on the subject of this, as well as hopefully at the bottom right here, to a video I did on male andropause talking about why we need testosterone, where it's produced in men and women, ovaries and testes, as well as the adrenal glands, why we need it for protein synthesis and muscle building, for mood, for puberty, on and on and on. I talked about some lab testing, and I talked about how a lot of men can actually become estrogen dominant, as well as women, which is not enough progesterone to counterbalance estrogen. So I want to talk about a little bit of a different light, and women should listen to this because this is important in regards to osteoporosis, but this is important as well as with men in regards to mood as well as osteoporosis, because we're seeing such a high increase in it. So you want to do a lab test, and I talk about this in my last video, and you can go to that link about you need to do saliva testing because less than 2% of the bioavailable hormones are in the blood. So why in God's name are doctors doing blood tests? I don't know, and I don't have answers for you. So if you're looking for answers, go somewhere else. Talk to your doctor. But first off, a lot of times we do these saliva tests, and the doctor says, oh, you're a practitioner, your testosterone levels are low. Well, the thing is we have to look at this and say, why? We can't just supplement to bring the testosterone levels up, because a lot of the times it's things precursor to that are causing that. Or there's things external in your environment. There's things that are internal in your environment that are causing that. Such as xenoestrogens and plastics. Such as foods, pesticides, herbicides, diets that are high in grains, on and on and on. Or a diet that's low in protein, and we'll get to that. So if we think about this, there's a protein in your blood called sex hormone binding globulin. And it can actually bind to the receptor site. So it actually lower your testosterone levels or even your estrogen levels. So you want to get those tested through your doctor, and you want to test the blood because it's actually in the blood. So the higher the sex hormone binding globulins are, the lower your testosterone levels are. So it doesn't matter what you do to your testosterone levels. It doesn't matter if you shoot yourself because you have this anti-aging doctor that's giving you low test levels. Doesn't matter if you test DHEA. The first reason is to figure out why. And one of the things you need to look at through your doctor is IGF levels, or IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor. And this is actually released by the liver in response to growth hormone in the body. Most people are growth hormone deficient. This is from overtraining. This is from working too much. All the different stresses in our life. It's actually from sugar as well. They've shown that most people that drink wine or eat sugar prior to bed, this is where most of your growth hormone actually gets released, is at night, it actually releases the amount of growth hormone production in the body up to 40 to 50%. So you have people that are trying to heal, trying to get big, trying to be more anabolic, trying to look good and ripped, and they're eating sugar and wine and desserts prior to bed, lowering their growth hormone levels, which will lower their IGF levels. And 99% of the time when you have low IGF levels, you always see high sex hormone binding globulin levels. And that's super important here, because if your sex hormone binding globulin levels are high and IGF levels are low, then you're going to have low testosterone levels and low growth hormone levels. So what do we do? Well, let me look at my notes here. And the important thing to realize, is that you need to change your lifestyle. And you can go to my website, you can go to our blog, YouTube. By now you know we really advertise or advocate an organic diet. Really adapting to the stressors in your life, figuring out where in your life where or what's causing your low testosterone levels. And if you want to set up your free consult, give us a call to learn how we can help you long distance. We have clients all over the world we do this with. But the most important thing is to test, but also figure out nutritionally why or what's causing this. But I'm just going to give you a generalized sense because this is YouTube and I don't have too much time and I can spend hours on this, but I only got 10 minutes. And I always have to re-record it because I go over 10 minutes. The thing you want to do if you have low IGF levels or you have low testosterone levels, okay, beside everything I talked about in the last video, to the link I gave you, and look at your nutrition and get assessed to figure out why, is you need to change your diet. And the most important thing you can do to actually increase your IGF levels, decrease your sex hormone binding globulins, is all the things I've talked about just kind of sporadically in this video, as well as on our website in the last video on male andropause. Best thing you can do is go on a high protein diet. A high protein, high fat, and very low carbohydrate diet. And I'm talking about above ground veggies and fruits. Most people, to increase their IGF levels or testosterone levels, it's very beneficial to go on a high fat, high protein, low vegetable or carbohydrate diet. No grains, no box foods, no canned foods, none of that stuff. No sugars, no alcohol, eliminate it. And what you want to do, because protein stimulates the production of growth hormones and stimulates the production of IGF-1 through the liver. The cholesterol is important to the fat because the cholesterol is a precursor to pregnenolone, which is a precursor to DHA, which is a precursor to testosterone. So it's super, super important. The excess carbohydrate is going to lower it. So I would say you want to do, what I like to do with people is to do about a 50% protein, 20% or even 30% fat, and about a 10 to 20% carbohydrate intake. And that's 100% in regards to their plate. So you're just looking at a higher protein, higher fat, low carbohydrate diet. And this is not something you have to be on forever. This is for the person for dietary purposes to create a healing response. But at the same time, what you can do, and this is based on testing, you want to do amino acid testing. You want to do essential fatty acid testing, as well as a saliva test to see where your testosterone levels are before supplementing with this. So this is a disclaimer. Don't just take these. But one thing you can do, a great protocol, is when you get to the right, I guess I should say, when you know where your levels are at for a guy, even for women, one thing you want to do is you want to start taking pregnenolone in drop form. You definitely want to start taking DHA levels in drop form. Now, that's if you need it according to your saliva test, as well as with the diet. But the third thing you can actually add in is 5 to 10 to even 15 grams of L-glutamine, L-arginine, lysine, ornithine, and glycine every single day, and 30 to 40 milligrams of zinc every single day, because those are precursors to your hormones as well as your immune system. It's used up in the liver, on and on and on. So using these things, the pregnenolone, the DHEA, the L-glutamine, arginine, ornithine, and glycine, and zinc can actually help, as well as diet, help to raise your IGF levels, lower sex hormone binding globulin, and actually increase your testosterone levels. So don't forget, my words today are just all over the place, but I'm just going with it. So please go with it. Don't forget to check out the first video on male andropause. And I'm going to post that link, like I said, on the subject, but also on this video a bunch of times. It's on our website, so check it out, watch it. Really pay attention to your nutrition, your lifestyle, because everyone has low testosterone levels for many reasons. Start making the shifts. Get a blood test for sex hormone binding globulin and IGF-1, and get a saliva test through Biohealth Diagnostics. You can do the 205. You can do it through us or directly through the lab to see where everything's at, so you can use the right type of supplements, as well as nutrition, high protein, high fat, low carbohydrate diet. So hopefully you've enjoyed this clip. It's a beautiful day here in San Diego. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. I'm really excited. I love the sun, and I'm out of here. Peace.